Hello, and welcome to the Killer Cuties podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Cassidy, and I've seen almost every horror movie out there.
And I'm KD, and before we started, I'd seen almost none of them.
So join us each week as I attempt to make a horror fan out of Katie.
As a warning, we will be discussing spoilers and some uncomfortable topics that may be in the plots, so feel free to check out the film on doesthedogdie.com first to check for any triggers before listening.
Today, we're talking about 2019's folk horror film written and directed by Ari Aster, Midsommar. Let's get spooky.
Shall I kick us off with a quick summary?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I did my best to condense this one into high level. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Danny, her boyfriend Christian, and his friends Mark and Josh accompany their Swedish friend and classmate Pelle to a midsummer festival at Pelle's childhood commune in Sweden that occurs only once every 90 years. Danny, who was originally not invited, is deeply traumatized after her sister kills their parents and commits suicide a few months prior, before which Christian had intended on breaking up with her. The day after their arrival, they witness a brutal ceremonial suicide, which the elders of the community explain as a sort of aging out that happens when community members turn 72, and it's actually a great honor. While Christian and the men are interested in writing their theses on the culture of the commune after this, Danny attempts to leave, but is convinced to stay by Pele, who explains that he was actually taken in by the community after being orphaned, much like Danny has recently been. While the group is still learning about the culture and customs, Mark unknowingly urinates on a sacred tree, for which he is lured away from the group and murdered. Then Josh, desperate to get ahead of Christian's research, sneaks away at night to take photos of the community's sacred texts, but he's caught and he's also killed. The next day, Danny is given a hallucinogenic tea and wins a traditional dancing competition, being crowned May Queen. Then she sees Christian, who has also been given the tea, participating in a sex ritual, giving Danny a severe panic attack. Christian attempts to flee when the ritual is complete and discovers various body parts of his friends across the commune before being drugged and paralyzed by an elder member. The final ceremony of the festivities arrives, and we learn that one final sacrifice, for a total of 9 throughout the Midsummer Festival, must be fulfilled, and May Queen Danny may choose the victim. It's between either a randomly chosen member of the commune or Christian. Next, we see Christian, still alive but paralyzed, is stuffed inside the corpse of a disemboweled bear and set on fire in a wooden temple alongside the 8 other sacrifices. Danny is horrified, but only until she pretty quickly realizes that Christian sucked and she begins to smile. Midsummer,
Um,
an
yeah.
Ari Aster film.
Yeah. Yeah. He loves, like, heads getting smashed, huh?
Yeah, he really do be smashing some heads.
Yeah. Director trademark.
Yeah.
Just a mangled fucking head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't watch most of that
Yeah. That's fair.
because of the leg scene.
Yeah, I, like, again, like, woke up in a cold sweat and was like, "Holy shit," like, I gotta warn Kitty about that because it's, like, severe broken leg scene.
Yeah.
So I, like, wrote to you on Discord, I was like, "Hey, for this movie, just so you know," and then you didn't answer immediately, so then I Snapchatted you too, because I was like, "Fuck, like, we cannot have
Yeah.
another misery situation."
Yeah. Um, but it worked out because I didn't watch the movie that day. I watched the movie the following day.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
then I only watched the first like 30 minutes of the movie
Yeah.
and I had to stop. I could not finish it. And that was the day we were supposed to record. I felt really bad, but I could not, I couldn't, I couldn't finish it.
Yeah.
The whole like grief thing and like the sister suicide thing. Uh,
Yeah.
been there, done that. So I couldn't finish it. I had to take a break. Then I
Yeah.
finished it the next day.
Yeah, that was definitely, like, another time I was like, "Fuck, I kinda did it again." I keep just showing you the worst possible things I could possibly show you. Um,
Uh, yeah, that's okay. I just added it to my Does the Dog Die?
Perfect, yeah.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
one's more my bad. I don't talk about that one much.
You don't.
I
In
should have
my
known.
defense, when you gave me your list of triggers, that was not one of them, but I should
Yeah.
know that. So,
Yeah. I didn't really
um,
know. I mean, that's more one that I like.
realized while watching it.
Yeah, like I don't go around like joking about breaking my ankle.
Right. Yeah, you don't even like you
No.
excuse yourself from conversations where people even talk about stuff
Yes.
like that. So,
Yeah. If my husband like cracks his knuckles in the other room, I'll go punch him.
yeah.
So like, yeah.
Ew, I don't like that
But
either.
yeah. So like it's two different things. So it wasn't like I
Yeah,
just didn't
for sure.
realize like this one it's just really well acted.
Yeah.
So I had to like step back.
I remember when we did Hereditary, I kind of talked about how like he just shows grief in a way that I've never experienced in a film before.
Mhm.
Like obviously Hereditary, he did it with that whole scene and Toni Collette finding her daughter's head in her headless body, I guess, in her backseat, and then I
Mhm.
think I even said in that episode like he does it again in Midsummer, like eh,
Yeah.
just watching her sob like on his lap while he just sits there like fuck.
Yeah.
Also, I really love like kind of the dichotomy between that and then later when she's again doing that kind of like wailing cry, but all the women are with her, doing it with her, and like just the stark difference between her doing it in complete silence with him and then having that like community do it with her was like,
Mhm.
ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely felt worse for her obviously when she was with him because like you just know he doesn't give a fuck.
I don't think they really do.
Oh, I guess
I
that's
mean,
true.
like it's hard. Yeah, it's hard because I think they're obviously in a cult, so it's like maybe they do
Yeah.
believe that they care, but yeah, yeah,
Yeah. But
yeah.
I don't think you're supposed to feel like they don't care,
Oh no,
which
of
worked.
100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's there. So there's like a huge debate on this movie about whether or not it's like a good for her movie, right? And
Yeah.
like I I think it's important to know that like your initial thought should be good for her because that's what the movie wanted it to be. Like the movie is from Danny's perspective and therefore the audience is getting indoctrinated into this white supremacy cult at the same time as her. And
Mm.
yeah, logically like we can sit there and know that this ending is fucking horrific. She is not better off than when she like she's in a cult. Like
Yeah.
it's not good. But like you're supposed to feel a sense of victory with her at the end.
Mhm.
That's what they intended. But like just be aware of that because, we don't want anybody to join a white supremacy cult.
No.
It's, don't do that. But that's also the I did read the entire screenplay for this when it first came out because I loved it.
Oh my god.
But the last lines of the screenplay are just it just sums that up because it's she has surrendered to a joy known only by the insane. She has lost herself completely and she is finally free. It is horrible and it is beautiful. It's like fuck. Yeah. That is kind of what you feel at the end of this.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah.
Shout out to Flo. She portrays it really well.
Oh yeah. You just can't beat her frown.
No, you really can't.
It is
It's
so
like a perfect
distinct.
like smiley face frown.
It's so,
Exactly.
yeah, it's so perfectly frowning. Like
Yeah. Like yes, exactly like you would draw or like
Mhm.
make on your keyboard.
Yeah.
Um she has said I guess that like this is one of the few characters that she felt bad about like leaving behind
Oh
because she doesn't think that Danny is better off. She thinks that Danny is not going to fend for herself or fare very well in this cult.
no.
Um, the other thing about like, is it a good for her movie? Um, I guess in the director's cut, which is not what we watched transparently, but I did read up on it. It's a lot clearer that it's a cult. They're bad guys much more clearly. Whereas in the cut that we watched, the what regular cut, the cut,
Theatrical.
yeah, theatrical cut. Thank you. That's what I was looking for. um, you almost like don't know until it's too late, or the characters don't know until it's too late that they're the bad guys.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Ugh.
Yeah. It's definitely not a happy ending. But you know
Well,
what? I still kind of think it's like when I watched Gone Girl at the end, I was like, good for her. But like I also
yeah.
am aware of the fact that Amy Dune is a fucking terrible person. Like nightmare of a human being if she was an
Who?
actual human being. Amy Dune, like the main character in Gone Girl. Like
Oh, the girl
yeah, like she's not a
who's
good
gone.
person.
Right.
But like it's kind of told from her perspective and you're kind of like, all right,
Yeah.
go off. Like do your
Yeah.
thing. So
Yeah.
yeah,
You
it's
want to
definitely
root
that
for her.
like yeah, it's the feeling of like your logical brain versus like what the movie's making you feel.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing that I was certainly glad that the like more culty stuff was taken out, but the other thing that was cut out was it kind of made you hate. I keep saying Christian. I think it's more like Christian is
I
I
don't
think how they pronounce
like
it.
she says it Christian sometimes, but then like I think other people say Christian, so I'm not sure.
Well,
I always just call him Christian.
okay. Well, he's an ass, so we're gonna say Christian, whether
Yeah,
it's Christian
he sucks.
or not. He was more of an ass in the director's cut, which I'm sad that they left that out.
Yeah, but I also think there's scenes in the director's cut where they kind of showed more of like the softer moments in the like I know there's a scene where they actually kiss in the director's cut. They do not ever kiss in the theatrical cut. And so I think there are some scenes that kind of like solidify like why they might have gotten together in the first place. Because that was actually something I saw a lot too was particularly I will say a lot of men would like watch this movie and be like this doesn't even make sense. Why were they together? They clearly fucking hate each other. And
Yeah.
like every woman in the comments would just be like, literally, my friend is in this relationship right now. Like we all
Yeah.
know someone who's in this relationship. Like
Or has been.
yeah, or has been. Like it's
Yeah.
so common. So them not being a realistic couple made no like did not even cross my mind when I watched this movie. I was like, I know
Yeah.
friends who have been in this relationship 100%.
Yeah. And so do all the men. All the men have been in that relationship. They're just too stupid to realize it. Idiots.
Yeah. Well, if you're at home and you're in a relationship with a man, just think, you know, think about what Pele said. Do you feel held by him? Does he feel like home to you? That dialogue is fucking crazy.
Oof.
God, I would be indoctrinated, wouldn't I? No, I wouldn't. I don't. Yeah,
I'd join a cult.
I know you would.
That one.
Ew.
Not on purpose. They're saying I'm dumb enough to do that.
I will not let you join a white supremacy cult. I promise.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Um,
I like though that this film was pitched to Ari Aster as like a straightforward slasher.
oh.
And he was like, okay, and then wrote this instead and was like, here's my slasher. And
Well,
it's not really, but it definitely feels like his version of one. So,
I mean, it definitely feels like him
yeah,
for sure. I mean, I say that having watched 3 of his movies, but
all of them.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I guess you could watch some of his shorts though.
Good. Yeah.
I still think one of his shorts is
Um.
more fucked up than any of his movies. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
this has the most fucked up scene out of all the movies.
The like opening with
The
the
bloody eagle. What?
oh, that one. I was thinking like the opening scene with the sister and the parents. That
Oh.
one's really fucked up. But then
Yeah.
I also think the bashing in the head thing. But you didn't watch that, so you wouldn't know.
Well, I
That one was more fucked up than the eagle thing to me.
after the fall itself,
The first one?
I watched the malleting.
Okay, you watched the malleting.
Yeah.
Also,
I
why
I
on
I knew
earth?
it was the man that with after so I knew that the man falling was the deformed leg.
Got it. Okay, okay, okay.
So I yeah.
Why would you go feet first? That's
Stupid.
crazy.
Crazy. I would have dove head first.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, just like squish it all up in there,
I'm
you
fucking
know?
swan diving. Let's go.
Exactly. Well, I mean, don't put your hands first.
Well,
You don't want
no.
anything to cushion, just
Yeah,
like
that's right. Just head first.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dome.
22's like not even that old.
It's really not. And
No.
the dumbest thing is I was like, those people look really old. I was like, there's
Mm.
no way
See, I thought the man
those
looked older
people.
than the woman.
Well, I thought that at the time of filming, I was like, they're at least 85. They're so old. Those people are fucking old. And I looked it up. Now they're 70, like 6.
Yeah, I was like, I thought the man looked older just because he was like more gray, but like the woman still like didn't have any real like she had like slight gray in her hair, but I didn't think the woman looked that old.
Look up actors who are 72.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess like the only time Christian kind of makes a good point is like when he's talking to her after that and he's like, "Oh, like we put our old people in homes, like they probably think that's really fucked up." Which is true. But
Fair.
like at least
Yeah.
we don't make them fucking jump off like a list. That's oh, fuck.
True.
Get malleted.
Mark Hamill.
Yeah, like he doesn't look at 72.
No. I would not. I don't think he's a menace to society. I would not make him jump off a cliff.
But also, I don't think celebrities are like a good like a judge of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not finding a single one of these that I'm like, oh yeah, you look 72.
No, and they won't. Because like every
Yeah.
celebrity has access to like plastic surgery, dietitians, all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff, skincare. Like they're all gonna look young.
Yeah. Stellan Skarsgård.
Stellan.
Oh, Stellan. Wait, let me look at actresses too.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, some of them look 72.
Oh.
Phyllis from The Office. She doesn't look 72,
Yeah,
but
I was
she's
like,
on
she
this
doesn't.
list. I don't really recognize anybody else.
No, women
Hmm.
aren't allowed to be 72 in Hollywood.
Honestly,
No, they're not.
that's the impression it's giving off.
Yeah.
Huh?
Um,
Anyway,
it's a lot of foreshadowing in this movie.
there.
There is, which if you ever rewatch it, I'm sure you'll notice even more.
Okay.
Um, yeah, there's like a poster above Danny's bed of a little girl like touching a bear.
Oh yeah,
The
I
tapestry
like
that's
that
shown
picture.
at the beginning of the movie is literally the plot. It's like everything that happens is like
Somebody
kind
cuts
of
their vagina
condensed.
off.
Well, no, nobody cuts their vagina off.
Okay.
That is a
Well
tapestry
then.
later. So at the literally first
Oh.
thing that's shown is a tapestry that kind of outlines like the whole movie.
I gotta
Later,
look it
right
up.
after they see the bear in the cage, that's when they show that tapestry. But that foreshadows what happens to Christian with the
Yeah.
redheaded girl. She doesn't cut off her vagina. She cuts off pubes, puts it in his food, and then puts her menstrual blood in his cup. Yeah.
Oh, this one?
Um.
This one. Wait, where'd it go?
Oh. I don't
That?
know. Let me look. Yep.
Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah. Literally.
It's even got eyebrow kid in his eyebrows.
It even has eyebrow kids in his eyebrows.
Ah.
Yep.
And Chidi Anagonye, look at that.
Chidi Anagonye. He is in this.
That's fun.
But yeah, when Christian's in the like little house thing talking to the leader about if he wants to like impregnate the redhead, there's a picture behind her of a burning bear.
Oh.
At the very beginning, there's a picture in the parents' house of Danny really young with like flowers in her hair. There's like a lot.
What?
Lot of little things that
Y'all
are
but told
sprinkled
us the
throughout.
movie.
Pretty much, but like when you watch it the first time, you don't really notice.
Yeah, I know.
I
Didn't notice
remember,
anything at all.
yeah, I watched this for the second time with one of my friends. And then, so I'd already seen it, like looked up everything about it because that's what I do.
Mhm.
And so when they're eating the meat pies and he gets the hair in his mouth and like his drink's a different color than everybody else's, my friend just like looks at me and he's like, "Is he eating Simon and Connie?" Like he thought that they had like baked them into pies and that's why he got a hair in his mouth. And I was like, no. No. They are dead, but like you'll see them. I guess Simon wasn't dead at that point, but
Yeah,
he
which
probably
two
wishes he
things.
was.
Yeah. Two things. First thing, I guess like all of the food that they served, like nobody ever eats it.
Yeah,
And
they don't really
also
show
it was
people eating it.
rotten.
Like some of the shots of like meat in particular looked like it was like a little bit like the ham at the end, like on the table, there's like flies around it and stuff. Um, so
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not really sure what that symbolizes. Maybe that like it's kind of like a facade.
Hmm.
I think a lot of this is like, oh, like we're all happy and nice on the surface, but like not underneath.
Yeah. And then the second thing, the blood eagle.
Yeah.
Your lungs don't inflate and deflate themselves. Your diaphragm does that, so that's not physically possible. Just for the record. Um, but I actually really liked that scene. I thought that was kind of cool. The way he was kind of just hanging there, living.
Yeah.
Um, I
Pretty
was
fucked
looking
up.
up the like whatever like historical. What am I trying to say?
Significance?
No, like
Background?
the yeah, of like Blood Eagle or whatever. And I guess it's
Yes.
it's only been written about like twice or something in
Mm-hmm.
history. And nobody really knows if it's ever actually happened or if they're writing about it like fictitiously.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
Yeah. And I think I read somewhere that like he included that as kind of a nod to like the white supremacy aspect of things because a lot of times they would justify like the purity of their bloodline through like Viking practices and Blood Eagle was like kind of like supposedly a thing that the Vikings did, right? Um so I think that's why that was like included. Um they also like talk about Odin, which is been co-opted by white supremacists. So like even though they're clearly not like worshippers of Odin, right? Um but yeah, there's a lot of things like that in there as well, which is funny because people don't really talk about that a lot. Like a lot of people don't see this as a film about white supremacy, even though it very like it is 100%. Ari Aster
Yeah.
said that. Um, but I think that's kind of a nod to like how well it's written is that you don't think about it, but like there's literally a book about like secret Nazi languages used in like Nordic countries or something like that that's on Christian's table, and she says, "Oh, why are you reading that?" He says, "Ask Pele." Like there's stuff like that all
Yeah.
throughout. A lot of the Nordic symbols that they use are ones that have been co-opted by white supremacists. Um,
Like Nazis specifically.
Specifically, yes. Josh, who's like obviously more respectful and dedicated to understanding their culture, is like deliberately passed over by the Harga people for information about their culture. And like they'll tell Christian instead, even though like he ripped off Josh's idea to do this.
Yeah.
And even Pele himself, like several times, will say, like, oh, I'll tell you later what that means to Josh, but he'll tell Christian. Like he'll tell
Yeah.
his white friends when they want to know something, but he won't tell Josh. And yeah, so like I think there's just like a lot of different things like that that are kind of sprinkled throughout it, but I do think yeah, this movie is kind of like a masterful commentary on how white supremacists grow their numbers because they don't start with swastikas and genocide. Like they start with kind words and a welcoming community and a promise of togetherness, and that's how they do it. So
Yeah. I did not pick up on it.
mm,
I only found out about it in having researched the movie after the fact. And I did not know that like white supremacist beliefs and aspects were derived from Nordic beliefs and mythology. And I had no idea that those had anything to do with each other at all. So that was interesting to learn for sure.
yeah,
Enlightening.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Um, what else? Oh, Ari Aster's also confirmed that Pele is the one who bludgeons Josh to death.
In the mask,
No, so remember he's looking at the person in the mask and then gets hit from behind.
after he takes the pictures.
Yeah, so he takes the pictures, then he turns around
Yes,
and he's
got
like,
it.
Mark, and then he realizes it's not Mark, and then he gets hit in the back of the head.
Got it.
Yeah, Ari Aster's confirmed that the person who hit him
Aw.
is Pele.
Pele. Well, I mean, Pele did like source him.
Yeah, he's a villain. Like, he literally brought
Yeah.
these people there to be sacrificed. That was the
Yeah.
point. Well, for the people of color, I think they brought Josh there to be sacrificed. I think they brought Mark and Christian hoping they could procreate. And I
Yeah.
think he brought Danny there in hopes that she would become part of the cult.
Yeah. Well, I think
Yeah.
Danny was a surprise, right? Danny was
True. I
sprinkled
think
in.
once he realized she was coming, that was kind of mixed into the plan. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Like we'll just well, I guess we'll keep her.
I guess we have to
Whatever.
keep this one.
She can stay because she's an orphan.
Yeah. They love
Who's she
orphans,
gonna
man.
tell?
True. Man, yeah. I do like a lot of people after like Pele said that his parents burned in a fire and stuff. I remember like after it came out, a lot of people were like, "Oh my god, his
They
parents were
volunteered.
sacrificed."
Yeah.
No, it happens every 90 years, so that's not possible.
Oh yeah. Damn.
He is a little bit younger than like 91 years old, so
Well, they don't eat. Maybe they're like a little not human.
I think they're human. I don't think this movie has any supernatural elements in it. Which is honestly
There's a guy.
probably why I liked it so much better than Hereditary.
Uh, ugh. That's what ruined Hereditary for me. Is at the end when it's like the little ghost light.
Yeah.
Ugh. Ugh.
I like though in the end during the sacrifice um Ingmar and Ulf are the two. There's like 9 sacrifices. Christian's alive, but like he can't move. And then Ingmar and Ulf are the only two like willing sacrifices who are still alive in there. And they're given the like dew from the yew tree or whatever. And when they take it, Ulf is told, feel no pain, and Ingmar is told, feel no fear. And then as like it is engulfed with flames, Ingmar looks at Ulf, clearly with fear, and Ulf starts wailing in pain, like screaming. So I kind of like that as like I think in their last moments they kind of realize that everything they've been told is probably not true.
Yeah.
Too late.
Hey.
Yeah.
Well, at least they found out before they died.
I bet they wish it was a little bit before they died.
Or not at all.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's like kind of heavy. The whole movie was kind of heavy,
It
if I'm being
is kind
honest.
of a heavy film.
Uh,
But like it's pretty.
yeah, I certainly do love the like folk horror
Mm,
aspect of it. I don't mind that at all.
yeah. Apparently when it was shown in Sweden, they thought it was a black comedy.
I
They
did read
didn't,
that.
yeah, they didn't even think it was scary. They were like, "Oh, this is hilarious."
Yeah. Um, I could see that. A lot of the like costumes and cultural references were not accurate to Sweden, I guess. They were
Mm,
more Ukrainian, Hungarian, just not I don't know if it was like just not researched correctly or what, but I could see why they would think that if it was just like not exactly historically accurate.
yeah. Um, I would guess that it was probably intentional, just because I think a lot of what he does is pretty well researched and pretty intentional. So maybe it was just to like kind of separate it and be like, this is obviously like
Inspiration.
a fictional story and not
Yeah.
based
That
on
makes sense.
anything that's actually happening in Sweden right
Yeah.
now.
That's fair.
um, yeah, the sex scene that was
Yeah.
Christian was supposed to run away with his robe on that he had on before he went in. And then Jack Rayner, who plays Christian, was like, nah, we're doing this nude. Because he had like just watched like Last House on the Left, which one day we'll watch maybe. Um,
Is there a nude scene?
no, there is
A robe scene?
no, there is an extended sexual assault scene.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
so long. And he felt that in a lot of horror movies, which is fair, women are naked and humiliated and assaulted before they die. And he was like, how about we just do that to a man instead? Said it's
Nice.
about time.
I like it. Picasso.
Yeah, so, it's nice to know that he's probably not as shitty as Christian in real life.
Yeah, that feels good. I like that a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, sort of related, not exactly related. Um, well, it is related because it was that scene that really made me like realize it.
Mm.
There are not a lot of like really large bodies depicted in horror. There just aren't.
There's not a
And
lot of
that's
large bodies depicted anywhere in Hollywood, honestly.
well, no,
Unless you're like the like
it's
fat funny friend.
yeah,
That's pretty much it.
I feel like it's getting better across Hollywood as a whole, maybe. But I could not think of one single character in any of the movies that we've watched.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
can't
it's
think of
just
one.
like not a thing.
No,
Um
it's really not. Hmm.
um yeah, which is I mean, what are we going to do about it?
Yeah.
Um
Talk about it.
yeah, other than just yeah, I knew I had to say something
Yeah.
because it was I mean, here's I don't know. I don't know. Needed to popped up in my head, so I needed to say something about it.
You felt
I could
it, so
not
you said
think
it.
of yeah, I could not think of one character
Yeah.
throughout all of these movies that we've watched, not one.
Yeah. I can't either.
And you've watched all of them.
And a lot more.
Mhm. Well, I
um.
guess American Horror Story,
Yeah.
but not the first season
No.
is what we watched.
Yeah. Let's get some more variety of bodies in horror. How about that?
Yeah,
Let's do it. Why
diversify.
not? It'd be fun. It'd be weird. Let's do it.
I mean, it'd be normal.
It would be super normal. Um. Also about that scene, but like not really to do with it, and probably
Oh.
less important than what you were talking about. But like that's not obviously based on anything that actually happens in any culture, I don't think.
Too bad.
But 9 out of the 10 most common birthdays in Sweden are all in April, which is about 9 months after Midsummer.
Oh,
So
because Midsummer's in. I thought Midsummer was in June, July.
late June, early July, yeah.
September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Wow.
Yeah. So they do be fucking, but
Maybe not like that.
no, I hope not.
I just want to know. I want to read the casting call
Yeah.
for the poor little Swedish lady who was cast to have her hand on Christian's ass,
Yeah.
and that was her entire role in the film.
Do you think they just like hired like the cult people and then they're like, "Oh, by the way, like some of you like we'll need some of you to be okay with a nude scene." And then like that day they were just like, "Who wants to just That's how I do. I'd be like, "Any volunteers to just keep the flow going?" Who's
I
fine with that, you know? I'd do it.
well imagine how many actors you'd have to have on hand to find one to do that.
I don't think I think you're vastly underestimating what actors will do for a part.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay. I
I
mean,
I
to be clear, I
can't.
would do it.
Yeah, I don't think it would be that hard. I think someone there would
Okay.
be like, "All right, yeah, sure. Wash your ass first." I would ask
Okay.
that. I'd be like, "Let's get some baby wipes going on here because men don't wash their ass." That's a fact.
You learn to live with it.
I don't. You do.
I learned to live with it. They don't wash anything,
No.
really. Their hands occasionally.
Sometimes if you're lucky.
Yeah. Though I say occasionally.
Yeah.
Just like what sitting in a hot shower and then getting out does not clean your body. That if anything makes you sweaty. Like that right?
I use soap because I
Thank
love
you.
myself.
Yes.
I showered 2 hours ago and I was lathered. So I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know. I can't explain it, Katie.
I use different soaps for different regions. Like
Yeah.
several different soaps for different bits and bobs.
Yeah, I have 3 different soaps.
And
And
then there's men.
2 different loofahs.
Yes.
And
Not putting my ass
I
loofah.
change my loofahs like weekly.
Do you really?
Bro. Yeah.
Oh my
They're
god, that can't be good for the environment.
I know, but they're so filled with bacteria. Mm. But yeah, no, I
Boil
have like
them.
an ass loofah and then I have like a body loofah.
Boil them.
I get the like 99-cent ones.
They're
Just
not
made
good
of
for the
like plastic.
environment.
Okay, I'll figure out an alternative.
Or start growing sponges.
She's fucking yelling at me now.
God. Weekly. I know you're exaggerating, but
It is,
still.
yeah, it's not weekly, but often I change them.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anyways, how
I
scary
don't
did
even
you
know
think
how
it
we
was?
got there.
I don't
Oh.
either.
How scary I think it was. I didn't.
Right.
1.5.
Right.
It was a little bit like spooky, I guess. But no, it didn't really scare me
Yeah.
per se. How about you?
Yeah, I gave it a 1. It's more like unnerving and uncomfortable than I think it is scary.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
Yeah. uh,
How
um,
sexy.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You go
Oh.
first.
I give it a 1. I think this is one of
Oh.
the least sexy
Oh.
sex scenes I've ever seen in my life.
Oh.
It just didn't strike me as that. And it's not like there's some good-looking people in this cast. William Jackson Harbour is very attractive to me. I always think of him as cheat.
Yeah. Chidi and Agonye.
Florence Pugh, she's cute. Will Poulter's not that cute in this, but he's grown into them eyebrows, let me tell you what.
He sure has.
Jack Raynor,
Yeah.
this is the only thing I've seen him in, and he sucks in it. So it's like,
Yeah.
not he does a good job, but like his character sucks so bad that like he's not attractive to me. So I don't
Yeah.
know. It's not due to that. It's just like it's just like pretty people in a bad, not a sexy circumstance. So
Okay.
yeah. What about you?
I gave it a 2.5.
You into voyeurs?
I gave it a half. I gave it a half for the cast.
Great,
I gave it a half for like the folky vibes,
great. Oh,
and I gave
that's sexy to you?
yeah, it's like yeah, like a good
Oh,
like folky, like a folk foresty fairy folk vibe.
okay.
Yeah. And then a half for kill your boyfriend,
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
Specifically your abusive boyfriend,
Yeah. He sucks.
not just like any boyfriend.
Great. Thank you for
Yeah.
clarifying. I get it.
Cute.
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you. Um what about fucked up? How fucked up did you think it was?
I gave it. I, I was deciding between a 2 and a 2.5, but I think I'm gonna go with a 2.5. There's quite a bit of what the fuck's packed in this bitch. And the white supremacy aspect, the whole cult thing.
Yeah.
That's not good. Indoctrination is real. What about you?
Yeah, I gave it a 3.
Yeah. Okay.
It's pretty fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. White supremacy is bad.
It is bad. Yeah.
Uh, the blood eagle scene,
Mm.
not great. I'd say all of the gore was fucked up gore.
Yeah.
There was no not fucked up gore in this.
No.
Um, Yeah, no, it's pretty fucked.
Yeah. Overall?
Um, okay, so I had a really hard time rating this one overall. So I used
Okay.
my signature patented scientific approach
That
to
is just
rating
your opinion
movies.
broken down into multiple categories.
Yes.
Great.
But it helps. It helps.
Yeah, okay.
And using that, I got a 3.165, which felt a little low. So I bumped it up to a 3.5.
All right.
3.5. Um, and I think that most of that is Florence's performance. She
Okay.
carried this movie on her shoulders flawlessly. Um, but I mean, everybody acted phenomenally, but she just stole the show, portraying grief and just, um, yeah, she was incredible. I love just kind of I've said this multiple times. I love the folky aspect of it.
Mm,
The vibe is immaculate. Um, reading into it was just super interesting. Like the history of it, I learned a ton that I did. I mean, I never would have assumed that it was about white supremacy, and I learned a ton about that.
yeah.
I think it's very important to like know about that kind of thing, um, so that you are not indoctrinated into white supremacy.
Don't do it, you
um,
guys. Stop.
um, but no, I totally I get the hype. I don't think I liked it as much as a lot of people did. There are
Yeah, I feel
definitely
like you've talked a lot about like what you enjoyed. What didn't you like about it?
I think I was expecting more
Mm.
girl.
Oh,
I wanted it to be more girl, more like luring men and killing them,
got it.
not luring people and killing them, or worse, luring black people and killing them.
Yeah.
So that was disappointing.
Mhm.
Um, you know,
Yeah.
but I kind of blame TikTok for that one.
The hype was too much for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, it and not even just TikTok. I mean, everybody kind of hyped this one.
Yeah.
Um, and I mean, ranking it against Hereditary, Beau's Afraid. What's the other one?
That's it. It's
That's
just
it.
there's the 3. Yeah.
It is better than those two.
Really?
I thought there was another one.
I feel like you ranked Hereditary higher.
I I maybe I might have. No, it's better than Hereditary.
I felt like you gave Hereditary like a 4, but I could be wrong about that. I don't remember. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and look.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll scientific approach it also. But no, I think it just didn't live up to my expectations, and that disappointed me. But that's why I bumped it up a little bit because that felt unfair.
Yeah.
And I would watch it again, kind of to your point, to like you know catch on the things that I
Yeah.
missed, especially to watch the director's cut. I would be interested in actually watching the like development of the cult a little bit more and
Yeah.
the development of Christian and Danny's relationship. And I don't know, I did enjoy it. It just didn't live up to the hype.
A lot of great movies can be disappointing when people hype them up too much. That's what
You
happened
know,
to
what's
me in
happened to
Hereditary.
I was gonna say Avatar. You said Hereditary.
Avatar, the Blue People movie?
Yeah.
That didn't not live up to the expectations. I couldn't even get through it. It was so bad. I've never even seen the full movie. I can't watch it because it's a fucking white savior Pocahontas fucking rip.
Nothing's original anymore.
Yeah, fuck Avatar.
Nothing's original anymore.
Just
Even this is the story of white supremacy.
yeah, but this is a critique on it. It's not a
So
here's a
is
white guy going.
Avatar.
No, it's literally about the hero of the story is a white guy who goes into an indigenous culture and learns how to be better than all of them in fucking 3 weeks. It's literally a white savior movie.
True.
No, that's a whole separate podcast. Not.
Yeah. It's just a pretty movie. A good soundtrack.
Fair.
What did you rate it?
I gave it a 5 out of 5.
What?
This is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. I adore
Wow.
this film. I think it's beautifully shot. I think the performances are great. It's so well written, and it's weird. And I love that.
It's kind of weird.
It is weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I almost didn't see this because everybody had hyped
ever?
up Hereditary, and we talked about it in that episode, but like I was disappointed with it because all of this hype it just didn't live up to that. And yeah, I remember I was like at work one day and my friend came over and was like, "Oh, have you seen Midsommar?" And I was like, "No, I don't know if I'm a fan of Ari Aster," which is crazy for me now.
Yeah.
But
Fuck.
but yeah, I was like, I don't know, like I was just really disappointed by Hereditary, so I don't think I'm going to go see it. And she was like, "You have to go see it. Like you need to go see it." And I was like, "Is it supernatural?" And she's like, "No." And I was like, "Fine, I'll go see it." Literally that weekend went to the theater by myself, watched the movie, and was just like, I think that just changed my life.
Oh my god.
So yeah,
Love
big
that
fan.
for you.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites of all time.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yay.
But yeah, I'm sad it didn't live up to the hype, but I can definitely see how that would happen. Like at this point, I think it's
Yeah.
been so hyped up, especially on like TikTok and stuff like that, and kind of
I mean, even
deemed
you've
this
hyped
like,
it up.
oh yeah. I mean, you already knew going into it that I really love this movie, so it's like, it's kind of hard to avoid
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
I can understand.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I did still love it. Yeah.
The real question is, would you survive it?
Yeah.
You'd be indoctrinated. You'd be in the cold.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I joined the cold. And
Yeah,
I lived.
great.
Easy. You?
Cheesy. Yeah, yeah. But
You joined the cold?
no, either two different things are gonna happen. One,
Okay.
I'm not going on the trip. Period. Because if I'm putting myself in Danny's position, her and I are very different people. And I'm not putting up with that shit. So, like, me and Christian would not still be together, and I'm not going on vacation with his shitty ass fucking friends. So, like, that's never gonna happen. If we're saying I have to go on the trip,
You do.
fine. I think I'm still, like, respectful and probably naive enough to, like, be in Danny's position that she gets put in until the end. But I don't think I would get indoctrinated. I think I would see a lot of that and be like, this is really fucked up and not okay. And I think I'd just pretend I was. And then be like, great, I'll go back to my apartment and like clean everything up so I can move here. Pele, I love you. And then I just peace out.
Do you think they would let that happen?
Yeah, they let Pele go to school.
Yes.
Like they're
But
allowed to
they
leave.
raised him from a child.
Yeah, that's fine. I think if I gained their trust enough that they believed me, it might take a while.
Yeah, so you're playing the long con
I'm playing the long con.
to survive.
Yeah. I feel like in order for that to work, I would have to kill Christian. I don't think morally I would feel good about that because yes, he's a shitty person. I don't think he deserved that. I would have loved to see him like get broken up with in a movie sense. Yeah, fuck that guy. Let's let it burn. But like
Yeah,
in
of
a
course.
real life,
Of course.
yeah, like real life. No, I'm not setting someone on fire who's like a shitty boyfriend. But like, so yeah. But I think I would have, in order to gain their trust, I would have to choose him. So I'd do it. I'd do it.
Well,
Good for us.
yeah.
Yeah. You want to predict next week's movie?
Sure.
To
What
get
is
in
it?
the holiday spirit,
Oh, yay.
we're going to be talking about Black Christmas next week.
Ooh.
Mm.
Okay, it's definitely a slasher.
Okay.
It's got to be. And it's Santa.
Hmm.
And uh it's pretty straightforward.
He's the slasher.
He's the slasher.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. Santa turns bad.
Mm.
Santa um has a curse put on him.
Oh, I thought there were
And he
just like
turned
too many people on the naughty list. He got pissed.
Oh, well, maybe. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
But speaking of the naughty list, if you're on it, you're toast.
Got it. Okay, so he just kills
Yeah.
people on the naughty list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Small
he
children or
comes down the
oh shit. Okay.
yeah. I mean, you don't see that in this movie.
Great. This movie is not about that, but
Yeah. I have a feeling it's a comedy. I hope it's a
okay.
comedy. Right?
You tell me.
Yeah, it's a comedy. It's a comedy. And if you're on the naughty list, Santa's gonna cut you. He's gonna come down the he's gonna come down the chimney and
Mm-hmm.
slash you. And
Yeah.
a community of adults in a small town
Mm-hmm.
in the United, how do time zones work? Who sees Santa first?
In the whole world?
Yeah. Who gets Christmas first?
I don't know, like
Time zone wise.
Russia? I don't know. Isn't it like
Do
the
they start
opposite of they're the it starts on that side of the earth. We're
it
like
starts in
last.
Russia and then we're last?
I think so.
Okay, so Russia starts dying. People in Russia start dying, like a lot of people in Russia start dying. And we're like, what the fuck? Why?
Mm-hmm.
And then you just find people stuffed up their chimneys with their throats slashed.
Oh
And
no.
we're like, what the fuck? Why? And then we
Mm-hmm.
find out that it's Santa. So we only have like so many hours to protect ourselves, us meaning the United States, because time zones,
Right. Okay.
before it's Christmas
Yeah.
and Santa brings Black Christmas. Is that what the movie's called?
Yeah.
To the United States.
Yeah.
And then it hits the UK and they weren't ready.
They never are.
Idiots.
Yeah.
And then Iceland and then New York. It's set in San Francisco, obviously. Because they're
Obviously.
like the last one. No, it's set in Hawaii.
Oh, Hawaii.
They're
Wow.
the last ones. And then they catch Santa.
I think
And then they have to rebuild.
Alaska is the
Oh, well, maybe it is set in Alaska. No, you're right. Yeah, because it's snowing there. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah.
okay.
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and they make it. Not a lot of people live through this movie.
Yeah.
And
It
they have to
sounds like
repopulate the earth.
yeah, it sounds like it's a worldwide Christmas crisis.
Yeah, I mean, the good news is nice people live. So there's a lot of nice people left.
Great. Yeah, because if you're on the nice list.
Not nice list, yeah, you live. He doesn't care about you. You get presents. But if you're on the naughty list, you get stuffed up your chimney and you get your throat slashed.
Great.
And if you don't have a chimney, I'm not really sure what happens. It's probably funny though.
Okay, yeah.
I cannot wait to watch it.
Great.
And if that movie's not this movie, it better be coming soon.
I have never heard of the movie you described, but I would watch for sure.
Thank you.
It is a slasher. You got that right.
Oh, good.
It's not a comedy. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ew. A Christmas horror movie that's not funny?
Well, yeah, sorry.
Not on purpose?
I mean, like, it is in the 70s, so, like, there might be elements of it that are, like, a little
The
bit
70s?
it's a 70s movie.
They were making Christmas horror movies in the 70s?
They made this in the 70s.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel like Silent Night, Deadly Night was also in the 70s. So yeah, they were popping off. This
well,
came
I
out
guess
before Halloween.
they were making slashers then, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm sorry, it's not. It's been like a year or two since I've seen it. I don't really remember it being like funny even like for its time.
Oh,
Um but
how
yeah,
sad.
I don't actually know where it's set.
Okay.
It's snowing.
Could be Alaska.
Uh maybe.
Okay.
But
Well,
yeah,
I'm excited about it.
it stars Olivia Hussey, which you don't know by name, but she played Bill's wife in the miniseries. Audra, she
Yeah.
rides on his bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah.
Fun.
She's in it.
She would have been younger, much younger.
Yeah.
Cute.
Nice. Well, I'm excited. Our first holiday
Me
season
too.
film.
Happy holidays.
Happy
God,
holidays. Did you
can't
say
freaking
happy
believe it.
holidays, God?
Oh, well, those
Oh,
are two separate
got it.
thoughts.
Okay, happy holidays.
And then I
God,
said,
I can't
God.
believe this. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, can't believe it's the holidays.
Just clarifying. Thank you.
I mean, happy
Also,
holidays to him
happy
too, I
holidays,
guess.
God. Oh shit. Okay.
Uh, anyway,
Yep.
bye. All right. Well, that wraps it up for today. If there are any movies you'd like to hear us talk about or you'd like to traumatize me with, please let us know in the comments or shoot us a DM on our socials at Killer Cuties Podcast.
Thanks so much for listening. Next week, we're going to be talking about one of the first Christmas themed slashers, Black Christmas. We hope to see you then. Bye.